In this video, I speak with Reiki healer and life coach Dani Faust, who is a personal friend of mine that has done a Reiki session on me. She gives so many great pieces of advice in this video that you just have to watch it, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me for another video. My name is Angela, and if you're new to my channel, I am on a spiritual journey as well as a weight loss journey. I'm down 34 pounds, and this has been an entire experience for me. One of my friends is a Reiki coach as well as an intuitive and a life coach, and she's even a personal trainer. So I was very spiritually led to connect with her in my personal journey to lose weight. She has been so instrumental because she gave me messages that were specifically meant for me in my weight loss journey. She offers her coaching services for you in whatever challenge that you're facing. So let's dive right into the interview with Dani Faust. So Dani, thank you so much for joining us today. We're very grateful for you giving us all your insight and your wisdom. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I feel honored. Thanks.
Do you like how I turned on my news camera voice as soon? I was like, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
I am impressed. I gotta tell you, I feel like I should sit up straighter and, sit more cleanly now.
You look so good though. You brightly lit and everything.
Thank you. Beauty light.
That's what's up. Got that ring like you. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this. For everybody who's watching this YouTube video, Dani and I were chatting a little bit before we started officially doing this recording, and we really have not picked a topic, but Dani, I want you yourself to give kind of like a brief overview of like your biography, because you do so many things. And for the purpose of this video, I really want people to be educated about like your business, like your coaching business and everything that you do. But give us a little bit of insight as to your background and like your credentials, if you will.
Sure. My background, I would start it back in 2003. And that's the year I was supposed to graduate from college. But I was too busy partying and being a party girl, drinking and doing other stuff that I saw all my friends graduating. And I was like, wait, hold up. Y'all were partying with me. How come you guys were still on track to graduate and I'm over here floundering? So that's kind of when I dove really deeply into personal development on the psych type side of things. People like Brian Tracy and Tony Robbins, that kind of content. And it really helped me turn my life around. And I dedicated myself, hit the books, graduated college, and did all that stuff and started my working life. Over that time, I slowly was introduced to things like the law of attraction, and I really dug into wellness topics, and I kind of found my lane. And so it's just been something that I've loved and been interested in since then. In 2010, I got my life coaching certification from NYU. And then since then, I've just been, I guess, just like digging up more and more. What else can I get a certification in? So I started looking into belief work, because when you do your own personal healing work, it's like you do something, you heal something in yourself, and you're like, everyone has to know this. How can I help other people know this? So I started getting certifications in different things, mindset practices, belief work. I'm a meditation teacher. And in 2016, 17, I really opened up to my spiritual gift that I knew I had, but I was hiding for so long. And I really opened up to my psychic abilities and my intuitive abilities, which then just kind of opened the floodgates for me to become a Reiki healer and an energy healer, as well as a psychic intuitive for clients. So my spiritual and personal development life it started from a need, like I need to do better in life, and now it's just kind of grown to I want to help others do better in life, because I see that it works, and my clients see it works too. So that's that whole side of me, and I mean that's kind of what led us to deepening our friendship now, around those kind of practices and law of attraction.
I want to be a testimonial now. So I had met Dani. For everybody watching, I met Dani because she is also a fellow blogger. We're both bloggers here in Florida, and I met her through blogging, and at the time I was doing tourism work, and she came, did a blog, was amazing, so fun. And when I thought of her, I would think like personal trainer. And I didn't know the side of her about like the coaching, because, at that time you didn't emphasize that to me, understandably, because there were many components to you. I was like, she's a mom and this and that and this and that. But then when I found out about this side of you, I was literally blown away with your gifts. And, for those of you watching, if you're not familiar with Reiki, look it up, because it is a whole, I would never have considered it even a year ago. And then the reason I was interested, and the reason I did a session of Reiki with Dani, is because a friend of mine who's a fellow mother was like, this has really made a huge difference in me. I sleep better. I feel more mentally well. And so because of that, I sought out Dani and was like, look, I would really like to do a Reiki session. And so what Dani did was, I have chills. So my guardian angel's with me telling me that I need to continue this story. Like she tells me whenever I'm speaking the truth and giving a message, it's important. So I really sought it more for the weight loss aspect of it, because my spiritual journey, I think, was in large part motivated by my burning desire to lose weight. So I really was like, Dani is the perfect person to do this for me because of your background with the health and the fitness and the physical, as well as the mental. So you were like the perfect storm. And, obviously I was comfortable with you. And so what had happened was she came to my house, did the Reiki session, and I was happy that you were happy that I was able to start meditating after that. And what's funny is I didn't realize that that might have been the turning point for me to be able to start meditating, because it's one of those things, it's like you don't realize that you have progressed so dramatically until you look back. Do you see what I'm saying? So like the day or two after, if you'd called me and said, what do you think? How do you feel? I don't think I would have been able to been like, oh, suddenly I can start meditating now. But I can tell you, I feel like really good as a meditator. In the past, it was like 2 minutes and I'm like, I'm done. I can't. And now I'm like 12 minutes, 18 minutes. I did an almost 40-minute meditation a week or two ago. I was blessed with a vision of the future. I mean, it's just like my mind has just expanded. So I definitely recommend the Reiki, the personal coaching, and the psychic ability. Like, you're always spot on. Last night, you were telling me things in your Facebook group that I literally, well, first of all, the other things you had said to the other ladies resonated with me. And then, because Dani did a Facebook Live, and when we're filming this, it's like the supermoon time, right? So at the very end, she did, some stuff for me, which the whole time you were talking, I had the chills. So again, my guardian angel was like, she right, just pay attention, so I think you have a gift. I definitely feel like you have a gift. I appreciate that you share it with us. And, today I think there's a lot of things we could talk about, but before we started filming, I was like, maybe we can start by talking about raising children, because, you're experienced mother, your children are older than my son. I have one, he's 21 months. You have 2 children. What is it like for you trying to bring them up in this way? Because I don't think that you were brought up in this way, correct?
It wasn't. So I am I'm a survivor of Jamaican mothering. And I don't know if we have any Jamaicans or Caribbean massive listening to this, but they know what I mean. It's a tough love, hard kind of style of mothering. So I have to do my own personal growth to overcome that, because we tend to mother how we were mothered, unless we are very consciously and intentionally doing otherwise. So I have that to overcome. And I have to remember, this is how the mother I want to be. Let me be this type. And then on top of that, my children were already born when I came into my gift, or allowed myself to express my gifts, I should say. And so I was already kind of parenting one way, and then I had to really expand. So now I'm very intentional about having them say the words of what they feel, so that they can, articulate while they feel, because it's very important for them to notice. And just like how you noticed your guardian angel and you know what it means when she's here, I want my children to be able to do that early on, and not just think like, I feel weird, and like act out in some way. I want them to really know. My son, both of my kids already kind of scare me, and I'm grateful that I'm where I am so I can, nurture them. My son talks about playing with my brother. My brother has passed on since 2016.
Wow.
He's like, oh yeah, I was playing with Uncle Garrison. We were playing Legos. I'm just like, okay, all right, it's wild, but I have to take it. I can't be like, what are you talking about? I really have to, if this is normal, because whatever experience you're having, this is the experience you're having. I just have to support you and love you through it. And my daughter, she's so empathic. And I mean, I can be in the bathroom on the other side of the house, just trying to have a good cry because I'm stressed out. And I'll hear her little pitter patter, ta 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 ta. Mommy, are you crying? I'm like, how do you know? So she's very, very empathic, but I have to kind of help her not take on other people's things, because she'll get a stomachache if I have a stomachache. And I want to like really have her set boundaries and protect herself. So that's something I'm working on with my children that I wouldn't ever think that I'd have to at this point, is how to energetically protect yourself, how to honor your feelings without acting out the way a 7 or a 5-year-old would. So it's different little things, but also practicing mindfulness. They're deep into yoga. They do it on their own without me. And I'm just like, wait a second, I taught you this stuff. How are you going and, they just put on Cosmic Kids yoga and they'll do it with the instructor. And I'm just like, hallelujah, I got some peace now. I can go do something else while you're wrapped up with that. But, so I'm just trying to really encourage the mindfulness. They're not very good with meditating yet, but hopefully they can start to slow down and get to that. But it's a journey, and every mom will have to do it in their own way, depending on their mom's beliefs and intentionality. And as our kids are our teachers. So as they grow and you have different experiences, it forces you as the mom to expand, grow, and be better. They're like our own little personal development tool.
There is an author, I'm blanking out. Of course I'm blanking out while we're recording this, but there is an author that Oprah, I think, did a Super Soul Sunday with, and it was about how your children are just, it really was an eye-opening book, and I'm going to put it on the screen when I edit this back.
Indian woman?
Say what it is?
Was it an Indian woman? Dr.
Shia? Tell me. What is it? Look, we're going to Google. Look, we're going to Google.
Now I'm gonna.
My life. What is her name? She's like Oprah Super Soul.
Dr. Panjali?
That sounds correct.
Shafali. Dr.
Shafali Sabari. Thank you. Shafali Sabari. Now we gotta know, what is the name of her book? Dr. Shafali Sabari.
It's like something intentional, conscious parenting.
Conscious parenting. I think it's conscious parenting.
Yeah.
Why parenting is not about raising a happy child. Okay, we're gonna have to pay attention to that one. Well, I'll tell you what the biggest wake-up call for me with that particular book and listening to that Super Bowl Sunday was that, these children do not belong to you. They don't. And that was a different shift for me, because I'm like, I don't own my son. He is his own person. And although I wish he were one way, he's another, and that is okay. Because I think that in our parenting culture, it's very much of, you're my child, so you gotta do what I want you to do, and you gotta, you know what I mean? So it's finding that balance, I guess, because there's also that, we could talk about discipline. There's all kinds of different things that go into it, but I am trying to be more mindful. And listen, I'm full of mistakes because I'm human. But at the end of the day, you helped me, because you also told me whenever we did our Reiki session, you were like, you were way too hard on yourself as a mother. And I've lightened up a little bit since then. Like, I still feel the what do you call it? Like the first instinct to start berating myself or beating myself up when I behave in a way that's not what I wish I would do. And I have to forgive myself, because I am human and I make mistakes. And I love the crap out of my son. I do the best I can. It's not perfect. But we as parents, I think we're just kind of, in a way, we're stumbling through life, and our children are going to hopefully turn out okay. And I think that us raising them in a loving environment, and we have to, again, when you touched on the beliefs, I want to mention that too. My beliefs are my beliefs. Your beliefs are yours. We have to, every single human has a different belief system. And we can teach our child the way we wish that they would believe, and then they find their own path as well. So, I talk about with the spiritual journey, Dani, I think I mentioned this to you, and I'm making a big deal about it on the videos I've been putting out on YouTube. Being raised Southern Baptist has been almost a challenge for me to overcome in my spiritual journey, because I just had fear, like a lot of fear, because in a way, I think I was brought up that it was kind of wrong, which is funny, because I'm like, nope, all of these gifts, like your gift, my gift of intuition, these things that we have are from God. And, some people call it the universe or source energy, and it's not a bad thing. So I'm working on my fear and overcoming limiting beliefs. Do you have anything you'd like to say about that? Because you might have advice for me. Oh, before I ask you this, you might want to tell your empathic daughter that maybe say a prayer to Archangel Michael for protection. Because empaths, because I'm telling you this, because my friend, it's funny, as soon as I wrap up this interview with you, I'm interviewing my bestie, Farah, who is an empath, who just, like, literally a week ago said the prayer. I know she won't mind me telling this. In fact, I'll have her tell this story on the video I record with you, but with her, she said that she said the prayer to Archangel Michael, and like for the first time in 20 years, she's had zero anxiety. It's because she was absorbing the anxiety from other people. And she's like, she's literally on meds from a psychiatrist, because she didn't know that she was an empath. And it was her, this is such a perfect day, because she literally spoke with an angelic medium that I literally just interviewed. And the angelic medium told her, you are an empath, say this prayer of protection from Archangel Michael. And she's like, it stopped like a faucet, like stopped.
So I didn't tell my daughter, which I'm kind of spazzing out about right now, but last night, actually, I spoke to my son about it. And I said, you can call on him at any time, and he'll come and he'll wave his sword and he'll protect you. And you'll be, you're surrounded in his blue flames. Like, I really got deep with it. But my son, he'll cover his whole body. We're in South Florida. He's got multiple blankets on his bed and he'll cover his whole body with it. And he's like burning, sweating, but he's fearful. And I'm just like, you have nothing to fear. And I try to teach him different techniques to kind of calm him down, but it's just not working right now. So he's still just covering himself head and all and trying to fall asleep. So I told him last night about Archangel Michael. And now I can't believe I didn't tell my daughter. So thanks for that reminder.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because if it cured Vera, I think your daughter will be cured too. Can I just also raise my hand? It's funny that we're here and this is my bed because I sleep with covers up to my chin because when I was a child, I thought the angels are gonna, or not the angels, the ghosts are gonna come touch me. They won't touch my face. They're just gonna touch me.
Neck down, they're coming. But
your face is my hand. Like if you put your hand out from the cover, the ghosts are going to touch you.
Oh no, they're going to get you. Yeah.
Yeah, but for some odd reason, I was like,
funny.
Okay. So I have sympathy. I have sympathy for your son. I sleep with a weighted blanket, which has also helped me. Maybe that will help him as well because it just makes me feel covered and safe, like a cocoon. But that's funny because when you talk about your son, I'm like, that's me. I'd be hot. I'd be sweating. I'm like, turn up the AC. Turn it up.
Because you need that protection. Yeah, I feel you. But so you said so many things that I wanted to touch on. One, you said about our children not being our property. And you know what it is, I think, is that we hold so much, like we care about being judged by others. And then our children are the biggest thing that we've created. And we don't want to be judged negatively about them. So it's like, please behave the way I feel no one will judge me for. Please behave, you know? And we have to get out of that. And part of it is reconciling, like, who cares what these people think? And also remembering that this is a magical little being that's sent here to teach you. You're just here to guide it through this weird world in life, but this is your spiritual teacher. And when you change the way you think about your kids as being like these little dumb kids to like, this is my spiritual teacher, please teach me. It's a whole new world that opens up. And also I wanted to just give you kudos because you said that you're able to kind of, when you get that knee-jerk reaction to berate yourself, you're able to kind of cut it to stop it now. I want you to even just welcome it when you notice like, I'm going to start thinking these bad thoughts about myself. Kudos to you. Like say, oh, yay, look at me. I caught it in advance. Like give yourself that praise because the more you do, the more you shift that. It's like a mental thing. Like, and then you'll be able to catch it sooner until the point where you're not having to catch it at all. You're just noticing like, oh, that's that thing I used to do. You can just separate yourself from that behavior of the judging yourself harshly. It's like, oh, I used to be someone who judged myself harshly, but now I know that I'm okay and I love myself, unconditionally. So there's lots of little things you can do, mental tricks, but that's the one I like. It's just kind of separate yourself from that old way of being. But kudos to you for even noticing it, because some people are just so autopilot with their parenting, and then the response to themselves about their parenting, and it's just like, woof, girl, we do a number on ourselves as women, as moms, as human beings. It's like we got to be more gentle with ourselves.
One thing I'm going to tell you.
Question that you asked.
Oh, I want to tell you, this is another part of my personal testimony about working with you as well. I think that I want to give you kudos that you were able to tell me very big messages that were very important to me to help me move forward and overcome blocks in terms of my weight loss journey. Because again, that's like one of my most important things for me right now. I'm on this journey, y'all. I'm down 34 pounds as of today, raise the roof. 34, wow. But I'm trying to lose another 50. So it is a work in progress, right? You had told me, and I'm telling this story because I feel that people who are watching this need to know how specific you are. Like you're very this is how you know it's a gift. You told me, and I'm gonna see if I can find that screenshot and I'm gonna put it up here. And when I edit this video, you had told me several weeks ago, you were like, you have a rule or a belief in the front of your brain that you need to heal. And so I'm like, okay, I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about, but okay. So then it's funny, I'm telling you, I call it the law of attraction. You can call it manifesting or the angels or whatever you want to call it. I don't know how long it was after that, maybe a week or two after, I realized the book that I had owned for a year called Brain Over Binge was about the prefrontal cortex. And so I'm like, oh, so it's like, it made me realize, okay, I'm supposed to read this book. Like, it was like, again, I had owned that book, had not read it. And then I don't know what, maybe it was a Google ad. I have no idea. Maybe an Amazon thing. I have no idea. But suddenly I realized, oh my gosh, this is the book I'm supposed to read. And I've been working with a health coach that has tremendously helped my self-perception And self-love, that is like her specific, that is her gift to me, was the self-love. And that was a quick change for me. She was able to help retrain the way I speak to myself. And she started me meditating, but that was when I was still struggling. That was when I was very honest with her and transparent. I was like, I know you told me to meditate. I can't do it. Like I'm a failure at meditate. So then I did I read the book Brain Over Binge, which was like a wake up call. That was, I think that was the moment that I stopped being a binge eating addict, so binge eating was healed. Then I met with you after that for the Reiki session, which helped the meditation. And also you had said other things too, like very specific things where you were like, you're going to start working on muscle stuff. Then, oh gosh, there was one other thing you told me you also told me the advice. It feels like you tapped into my energy and you said, it feels like you need to hit it with everything. So because of that advice, I have been doing all of the things and it has been working. It hasn't been just I'm only doing Weight Watchers. It's been I also walk. I also have green smoothies every day. I also take probiotics. I also, listen or I watch YouTube videos about what people eat on Weight Watchers. Like it's everything. And I think that until you verbalize those words to me, I wasn't really fully in the thought process of, I got to do it all. And after that conversation with you, it was also a turning point. So I feel that you have given me some major messages in my life. And so my hope is that whoever's watching this today that's interested in working with you, I'm like, let me be your testimonial so that you can see the types of results that Dani can get for you, because she will give you very specific advice that you need to hear. You didn't even realize you need to hear.
We got to pause this. You are getting the results for you. You are doing it, because I've had a bajillion clients, and the ones who do the work afterwards, the ones who take things to heart, they're the ones who get the results, their success. There are so many who hear it and are like, okay, that's nice, go about their business exactly how they were. And you know what? You are throwing everything at it with this weight loss journey, which is amazing. But I don't know if you have stopped to give yourself a little kudos on the fact that you're throwing everything at your whole spiritual development.
Yeah. It's
because you did Reiki, crystal therapy, you're seeing the health coach, like you're getting it from all over. And even the fact that you watched the live yesterday about the moon energy, you're hitting every part of your development as a human and a spiritual being, as well as a woman who's trying to lose some weight from every angle. And that's commendable and amazing. So yay. And I don't do anything. I am just the channel. Like, it's funny that you said about what I said about the front of your brain. When I'm in channel and I'm receiving the information, sometimes I'm saying words that I've never said before. I don't even know what I'm talking about because it's not coming from me. And sometimes a client will ask, so what does that such and such mean? I'm like, girl, we're going to have to Google it because I don't even know. Let's find out together, because I don't have that vocabulary, but things come through. So it's always funny when you bring up the front of your brain thing, because I had no idea. I'm just telling you what they're showing me or telling me to say to you. And yeah, I'm just the channel. And then you go forward and do the things. And it's also a testament to how open you are, because first of all, you're being raised Southern Baptist. Girl, you should be calling me the devil and a witch and not being my friend. You know what I mean? So it's open as you are to everything. And I don't know, that's just a testament to who you are. And so thank you for being the testimony for my gifts and my services, but you are the one who made it work out for you.
Thank you. I'm grateful, but also I want to point out that I was ready. I was seeking myself. So you brought it up, and you're right. You opened the door. It is our choice, because humans have free will to walk through it. It's the same with angels. And again, this is the world that is new to me, is the angel world, because as a Southern Baptist, I felt that we were just ignoring it. And I joke that like Catholics have it right because they pray for the angels to intercede on their behalf. Like, the way I was brought up in beliefs is we don't worship angels, we worship God, but I believe that our angels are our friends. Like, they mean well for us, and we can ask them for help. They love helping us. And so I'm trying to overcome that fear. Like, don't be scared of the angel, girl. They're here to help you. And so, I'm praying to my dead grandmother, this sounds crazy for me to even say that. If I had watched this video of me a year ago, I'd been like, oh, this girl cray. But I'm like, she helps me. Like, she literally helps me specifically with things that I asked for. I asked for help with my weight loss journey, and I got it. You were part of that. And it's very important to me. Yesterday, when you were telling me, you said, oh, Angela, your confidence is growing in leaps and bounds from little things. And everything you said, by the way, was true, because I had chills the whole time you were talking. That's how my dead grandmother, who's my guardian angel, speaks to me and tells me I'm either hearing the truth or speaking the truth or sharing a message I need to share. Like, it's basically her saying you are on the right track. So everything you said, which is funny, by the way, I want to tell you, before you started talking about me, I had prayed, I had said a prayer, was like, angels, I had said, like, let them speak through you. So I think that what you told me was spoken through you to me from the angels, because I am not like you. I am not that type of intuitive, I get a feeling, and you're very encouraging where you're like, trust your gut. I have struggles with that. By the way, do you have advice? Not just for me, because I feel that everybody who's watching, every single 100% of the people who watch this video have trouble trusting their gut. I think it is our human instinct and human fear. What is your advice for this?
So practice. You can think back to the times when you had a feeling, had an instinct, had a whatever, and then ignored it, and then there was disastrous results. Think back to that moment. Put yourself there. What exactly was the feeling? What was the inkling? Was something you felt, heard? Did the hair on the back of your neck stand up? Did you get chills? Did you just feel sick to your stomach? Mine is my stomach and my chest. If my chest feels tight or my stomach feels like I gotta go to the bathroom, that's a no. That's a run. That's a get out of here. So think about what it was for you when that happened, and wait till you're tuned in again, and then give yourself a choice that's not life or death. Like, think about, okay, should I go to this place or that place? And then sit and listen. What does your body say? Are you like naturally turned towards this place or that place? That might be your body kind of telling you, your angels telling you, or your guides, whoever and however you believe, God telling you this is the way to go. Do you think more? Do you have more reservations? Like, if you're making a pro and con list, do you find yourself wanting to write more cons for this choice versus that choice? Because it'll be a subtle thing at first, and you can be like, oh, well, okay, that means I put 25 cons here and only one here. But if someone else was making the same choice, they might put 25 cons here and just one there. So like, okay, so subconsciously, subtly, this is me saying I want to go that way. But really, you have to tune in and listen. And the more you make choices, big and small, and sit and consciously say, okay, I want to know which way to go on this, the easier it's going to be. So you won't have to sit and say, okay, I want to know which way to go on this. You'll just feel it like, oh, my belly said, no, y'all, I can't go with y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. You can really just in the moment feel the gut answer. I also suggest that people, I know it sounds kind of hackneyed, but pray on it. And then ask for the answer right now. You can pray and ask God or whoever you pray to, please show me the right way. Is it A or B? Let me know. If it's A, I'd like a sign. You can always ask for a sign if you're not trusting your belly or whatever your body gut is. So that's another way, is asking for the sign, and you'll either see it or you don't.
Okay. Let me ask you this. I feel spiritually led to ask you this question. Because I'll be honest, for me personally, I'm good. Don't need to talk about it. But I think that there are people out there that really need to hear you speak on this. Because of the coronavirus that's happening right now, there's a lot of negativity and fear, period, and anxiety. I have been choosing to stay positive because it is a choice. And I've been choosing to fill up my time with uplifting messages and uplifting content. Like when I go on social media, it's like I scroll past, the death tolls and the negative news, and I just focus on positive. So what message do you have? Do you feel, in fact, I'm going to ask you, do you feel spiritually led to share any kind of message for people right now that are currently facing those anxious feelings?
So I got a message from Spirit a couple weeks ago, and I shared it really briefly on my Facebook message. And it was just that it was a season, literally a winter is what I was told. Like, this is just a winter that we're getting through, and spring is coming. So I saw a lot of people saying like F 2020 and we're canceling this year. And it's just like, no, we don't have to be there. We can hibernate. If you want to hibernate for this period, hibernate, and then know that a fresh beginning is coming. Just don't feel the despair that it's so easy to fall into when you're looking at these negative messages. And I would like to just encourage you to avoid those messages, because what do you gain by looking at the death toll? How does that serve your life, right? In no way at all, other than you now being able to say, hey, guess what? And pass the negativity on. So think about what you want in your life. What do you want to cultivate? Clearly, it's love, peace, happiness, joy, and those types of feelings. So do the things that bring you there within this crazy new weird world that we're having to exist in. And I would just want you to also remember to, as much as you can, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, take deep breaths, and get centered as much as you can, because the more centered you are, the more you're able to discern these messages. And where if you're in a more heightened frenzy of a state and you're scrolling through Facebook and see the death toll, that might get you like spiraling out. But if you're calm and you just took a few deep breaths and centered yourself and remember that you are a child of God or whatever it is that you believe about yourself, you can then pass by that death tunnel and be like, oof, not again, keep going, you know? So getting centered and aligned is always going to help get you through any of these anxious times. Now, I will admit that I'm someone who suffers from panic and anxiety attacks way more before I realized that what was going on with me with the empathic stuff and why am I hearing this, you know? So it's something that I still struggled with. I was medicated. I was on Paxil just trying to get my anxiety like calm and getting myself together and not feel crazy. I'm off that now. Now I know why I was going through what I was going through. But if you're someone who is on meds, or if you're someone who has taken meds in the past and you know what your triggers are, please don't ignore them right now. And now is not the time to come off of anything. In case you are, like, focus on the positivity, but also do what's right for your health and well-being, physical, emotional, and mental. But just please know it's just a season. It's just a season, and we're going to get past it.
I love all of what you just said. And I also want to tell you, like, I don't want this to come off cavalier or like, I don't care, because that is not true. But what I will say is, for me, that I have been choosing to focus on the positive. And I talked about like watching the uplifting content, but I also am choosing to see this self-quarantine period as a time of growth for me. Again, not to be cavalier and dismiss that, I don't want to say I'm out of touch with the world, because that's not true, but it's like, I'm choosing this time wisely. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm forced to stay home. Then I'm going to read the books that I've always said I wanted to read. I will try some new recipes. I will spend more time with my son. I'm going to work more efficiently at home because, it's a little bit of a challenge to work at home with the son. And it's just like, I have to tell you, I have been happy. I have been very happy.
Good.
Yes. I'm literally happy.
You should not feel bad about feeling happy during a crazy time. Period.
I do feel bad.
Everyone don't. There's no reason to. What's to feel bad about? Oh no, other people are suffering. Guess what? They're going to be suffering forever. We can't. Our joy only helps. Our joy only inspires others to be joyful. So the best thing you can do is feel good and show others that you're feeling good. As long as it's coming from a place of love and not like, oh, I got my shit together, y'all down. As long as it's not coming from that space, continue. Be the brightest light you can be. And for everyone who's at home and struggling, know that it's okay to struggle. There seems to be on social media, it's kind of weird productivity contests that people are playing. And it's like, well, I'm homeschooling better. And this is my schedule. And so like, bitch, that's great. My kids are watching Disney Plus while I'm over in the corner crying, drinking wine. Like, and it's all okay. Everyone's going to survive this. Like, it's okay. So I say that to say, keep going with that positivity and share it out. For me, if I don't push outwards with my energy, which means giving positivity out to others, sharing, doing the Facebook Lives and giving, then that's when it's a problem for me, because then I'll focus inward and then I'll be like, oh, and then I'll feel my anxiety ramp up and feel like I need to do something, anything. But when I'm like consciously putting out what I'm getting in, then that's how I feel like I'm doing what I need to do for myself and the world and my family during this time. So that's why I'm just putting out the positive messages. I started the podcast, putting out just good, positive, hopeful, joy-filled messages for everyone right now. We need it.
I love that. And I think you are a content creator. I feel that you have a lot of content to create. There's a lot that's coming out, and this is probably an inspiring time for you as well, because the thing is, I feel that this is such a cliche, and I don't know why I'm saying this, but out of the ashes we rise. It's like the rebirth, right? And so you're seeing, like you probably, even just in your one-on-one clients, like me or whoever else you talk to, you probably see the issues that so-and-so faces, the issue that Angela faces, whatever, and you will have content created for that specific need. And there's a lot of it right now. So I think that you are doing the right thing for you and for everybody around you, because you're able to give us help. You helped me last night. I felt great after we talked, and I watched your whole Facebook Live, so anybody out there watching right now, I'll have Dani's social links as well as her website below. So you can talk to her one-on-one, get her as a coach. I've done so much testimonials for you, but also at this time, because I know I still want to leave an open platform for you, because I'm like, you do have a gift. If there's anything spiritual that you feel compelled to share, like if you're like, okay, we need to talk about this, please do. Because I know you're like, oh, you can steer the conversation. I'm like, but I feel that you're the one that has, I'm like, you just have the thing. So just use your thing. If there's anything that you're like, okay, we need to talk about this, let's go.
Well, to be honest, the thing that I was hoping that you would steer it to, that I had felt led to talk about, was the fact that this was the winter. It was the COVID stuff, because I feel like it's just so heavy on people right now. But I do want to say, with thinking about last night's super moon and the energy that we're in, I just want to, I guess, reiterate a little bit of what I said yesterday. In that right now, guys, if you are struggling and if you're in a place of I don't know what to do and you're feeling kind of heightened emotions or conflicting emotions, just know that right now is a very energetically powerful season of transition and transformation. So don't worry about the conflicting feelings you have. Allow them to come, journal it out, release it out, talk it out to someone, whatever way it feels natural for you to work through them. This is the time to work through them, because there's a shift. There is a shift on this planet right now. Everyone is spiraling up. We are ascending as a community right now, despite what it seems like COVID and this whole stuff is bringing us down, down, down. What's really happening is, like you said, a rebirth. We are really, as a planet, ascending on a lot of levels. And if you're feeling these weird energies, it's because you're part of that. It's because that somewhere deep in your soul, you're being stirred and saying, I've got to be more. I've got to be the more bright, full, best version of myself. And it comes with feelings of like loving pushes towards who you're going to be, and not like, berating of who you were. It's a loving, gentle, like, hey girl, I know you were kind of messed up about this, but don't worry, we're going this way and it's all okay. And we're going this way with love. So just know that your transformation is coming. Do what you feel called to do that leads you in that direction. If you're called to wake up earlier and work out, then that's what it is for you. If you're called to write and read certain types of books, then that's what it is for you. If you're called to research a new religion or ways of being, or look on YouTube for different types of healers or creators, then that's what it is for you. It's not one size fits all. The spiritual journey is magical and swirly and different for everyone, but you're on it. Just if you're listening to this right now, you're supposed to be listening to this right now. So take this and run with it. Your transformation is here, and it's really up to you to say, okay, put on your book bag and start trekking, versus going and hiding and sitting and being who you have been. It's a new time.
It is. Do you, and this is fantastic, by the way, that you reiterated all of that. Do you have a personal passion for a message that you like to get out? Because obviously, my passion is going to be weight loss, and it is weight loss because of my struggles. Do you have anything that you're personally passionate about when you work with your clients? Like, is it trauma, or is it overcoming, the fear, or anything in particular? Is there something that resonates with you when you work with people?
Yeah. So I take people, the message that I lead with externally is manifesting. So it's creating your best life. And everyone comes in with that kind of 3D, kind of simple, shallow kind of entryway. Like, oh, I want to manifest more money. I want to manifest this. But once I get you into my clutches, you realize that, okay, in order for me to manifest this, it means that I need to transform. So it's really personal transformation on all accounts. You want to manifest more money? Guess what? Transform into the person who naturally attracts that amount of money. You want to attract the love of your life? You're going to be transformed into the person that naturally attracts that perfect Ken doll that you're trying to get, or whatever. So my personal transformation is the short answer, but I leave people in with manifestation, because everyone ultimately wants to create their best life. They want to be happy, healthy, feel loved. And that's the way I get everyone in. And then once we're in, we have to do the healing work. We heal that inner child. We do the daily practices. We figure out where we are spiritually, and we grow in that place. But it's always personal transformation. No matter what it is that brings people in, you got to transform and be a better version of spirit being that you are to get what you want.
It makes me happy when you talk about manifesting, because I love that. And you had even said it last night on your Facebook about how you're like, I hook people with manifesting, and then we get into the personal development because they go hand in hand. That's, to me, I feel like I'm going to hook people with weight loss, and I'll be like, yeah, this is what I eat in a day on Weight Watchers. And by the way, law of attraction, angels, spirituality, self-love, like exactly. All of these things, because those components are important.
Because it's not weight loss, it's Angela's transformation.
Correct.
If you hadn't transformed into someone who did these actions, then there would be no weight loss. Mm-hmm. So it's only your transformation. It's always only you as whoever you are spinning in this light body that you are. It's always only you and your transformation, and how aligned to spirit, source, God, creator, whatever that you're being. And now you're just more aligned, and those other behaviors are falling away. Like binge eat. Of course I don't binge eat. That's not who I am.
Right.
That's not who you are.
Yes.
You're this divine being who doesn't do those type of activities anymore. And that's just what it is. So yeah, I mean, I will suck people in with manifesting whatever it is, and then they're just going to have to transform.
I love this. I want everybody who's watching this video who becomes your future client, say my name because I like my pat on the back. I don't need a permission. It will just make me happy. I just want to know this because I
I
told
love
Dani
your
before.
binders, y'all.
I was like, I want, my intention for this video is to get you new clients because I believe in you. I believe that you're helpful.
Thank you.
You helped me, and I like to share what works for me. If I eat a food that I like, I tell people about the food I like. So if I have a coach that I liked, which was, you and Reiki and other things that you were able to help me with, I also want to give you a personal shout out too that I think is kind of like a cool thing. I like that you can see auras. I like that because I've always thought that was cool. I don't see auras. So
you can.
I used to try when I was a kid. I used to be like, I read a book, I read a book, I try to unfocus my eyes and I couldn't ever do it.
So let's stop thinking about seeing with our eyes, okay? So you are claircognizant. You get information, and you'll just know it and you'll sense it. That's how your intuition works. So what you're gonna have to do is get centered and calm and then look at a person, think about them and who they are, and then you're going to sense the color. You're not gonna necessarily see a yellow or whatever around them. And also know that the colors change. Like my aura could be super yellow today, but it's usually a little greenish, but it might be super yellow today. And then later on, after I've done a session, it might be very dark green. So just know that it does change. But for you, it's going to be more sensing the color versus seeing the sparks around the person.
I like it. I would like to ask a couple of personal questions. We have a few minutes left. And I'm like, please God, don't let my baby wake up. It was funny because last night on Dani's Facebook, she kept being like, I hear them kids. I'm like, girl, I feel you. You're a mom. You're trying to get everything done, like your business stuff done.
I'm trying so fast.
Two things. When I say these words to you, do you have a feeling for me? Weight loss, woo-woo.
Yes. My chest feels open. It just feels like a yes. So I feel like you need to go deeper into that. Go deeper into that for yourself. It feels like a direction that you're going business-wise. It feels like a direction that you're going personally. And there's going to be a lot of overlap with personal and business with you naturally because you share your journey. But it feels like my first thing I just got was a big yes.
The second thing, last, is YouTube, million subscribers.
Yes, it's going to take work. And when you get it, you're not even going to want it. It's not going to be.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's not going to be what you care about. It's going to be a byproduct of what you're giving. You're just going to keep giving and giving, and it's going to be a byproduct, but that's not what's going to be like, yay, to you. What's going to be like, yay, is the testimonials that you're getting back and all those thank you emails and thank you videos that are coming for you and like how you changed your life. This is your ministry. You already know it. You're moving in that direction. So I'm excited for you. But that's what's going to be really fueling you. And then you're going to look back and be like, oh shit, I hit 1,000,001. Look at that. That's how it's going to be.
What's funny, and I'll tell you why I asked you these questions. First of all, I'm glad you did this. First, I didn't want to take advantage of me having your time, but I was like, I'm going to ask these questions because I'm nosy and I'm like, I got you. So let me just ask you these two. They're very important to me. But also what Dani just did with me is how she coached me one-on-one. And by the way, you're freaking spot on with everything. Like pretty much everything you had told me. I even asked you about specific relationships. I'm like, what about this friend? And you're like, that is feeling closed. And it was so true. And by the way, you telling me it's feeling closed, it almost empowered me to be like, I will lessen that friendship because it had been pulling me down. So that's like how Dani works, is that she gets the feeling and then she tells you what she feels. Again, it's like you open the door, we choose to walk through it. But I'm telling you, everything you said for me, not just here and not just there, but like over multiple times, you've always been spot on. Because again, I believe that what you're given is spirit led. I will tell you,
it's totally from spirit. I hear, I'll see, I'll feel, and sometimes I'll just know. So I don't know if you are familiar with the clairs, claircognizant, clairvoyance.
I just found out about it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I have multiple, and sometimes information from a certain person will only come one way, but with you, I get feelings, and then I also just get the information like claircognizantly, just know the right answer for you. So it's just different ways that your spirit squad or your guardian angels spirit-led team gives me the information for me to relay back to you.
You're amazing. I don't have anything else. Is there anything else that you feel is important? And by the way, I want to touch on my YouTube because you're going on my YouTube channel. What I am doing with you and with everybody that I'm interviewing, I'm literally just making content that I want to see. You know what I mean? I'm just like, what do I feel like doing? I feel like making a happy video where I'm hanging out with my friend and we're talking about cool stuff that I don't think my average friends talk about. I don't want to, be like, yeah, y'all, I'm into the whole angels thing, So I feel like I'm just making the content, but I also feel spiritually led to. Like, I feel like I'm making this because I do. Right now, the way I am right now is I feel motivated by 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but I agree with you that I also have the feeling that it's not going to matter. Like, I can feel the mattering of it is going down. It's almost like prestige and stuff. The more you become in love with yourself, the less that it doesn't matter. That stuff doesn't resonate with you anymore. And even it's funny because when you're talking about money and stuff, it was like, I'm sitting here asking like, hey, do I have a lot of money coming my way? But I'm also recognizing that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't get me wrong. I want my money. Okay. I want
It's
my
a
money,
natural
but
byproduct, though.
it's a
The
byproduct.
money is a natural byproduct of you being aligned and doing what you're doing.
Because it is also a tool. I feel that money will be a tool where I don't have to worry about bills. Do you see what I'm saying? So that is eliminates the thing. But also what I do want to say as well is that when it comes to manifesting, you said it, and I'm like, man, I'm going to cut that clip out and just like kind of replay it for a lot of my friends, is you were like, with manifesting, sometimes we come at it very shallowly, guilty as charged. Again, the money is me. I feel that probably everybody you talk to is like, how can I manifest more money? Because I think that's like the number one Googled question of manifesting is
money and love are the two I get most.
Okay. I'm not surprised about the love. The money was what I was thinking, I guess, because I have a happy marriage, so I don't even think about love. But yeah, so the manifesting and the shallow, it's like the quote that I hold on to is that, and it has resonated with me for years, is Jim Carrey saying, I want everybody to have fame and money for one day so you can understand that it's like it doesn't change your level of happiness. And so I've always been like, gosh, I'm reaching for these things that I know are not really going to fulfill me. Does that make sense? Like when you talk about helping people, like that is a feeling of fulfillment. That is true. Like my day was good because I helped somebody. Like you even helped me today. You helped all those women last night. Like you feel good because you're sharing a gift. You're uplifting,
Yes, absolutely. That is what matters. And yes, it will be amazing to share and give and be in purpose, on purpose, doing what you love in a bigger house with fancier things. Why not? But that's not the mission. And the 1 million subscribers is not the mission. I do want to just say something to you that you said that you're trying to create content that you want to see. You're really doing great work because like I was mentioning the shift, how everyone's kind of elevating. There's so many people who might be Southern Baptist or some other type of religion that's kind of like, is this okay for me to be into? You are making it safe. You're being a way shower, which is very powerful. And I don't know if you realize how powerful what you're doing is, but you're being a way shower for all these women who are like, oh, I don't know. I feel guilty about liking this. I don't know. I have plenty of clients who come to me for readings and are like, I don't know if I should do this. I'm like, well, you already paid the money, so let's do it. Might as well. But there's these feelings of guilt and conflicting energies. And it's just like, this is all from God. This is all from source, universe, whatever you want to name God. You can name God water bottle. It's all from water bottle. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. It's the same space, energetic space that we're coming from. And it's all love. So what you're doing is really allowing people to step out of that fear and open to something new and pick what resonates with them. Not everyone's going to be into angels. Not everyone's going to be into crystals. And it's all okay. But what you're doing, especially as you throw everything at it for yourself, you're allowing people to kind of tiptoe over here and test the waters in that, tiptoe over there and like, I don't like that one. Let me go back over here. And it's a wonderful thing that you're doing.
That makes me happy. Thank you. I do feel that it is important for me. I've been kind of still hiding it, like I haven't put it on Facebook or Instagram, that I'm all woo-woo now, but I'm like, it's on my YouTube channel. That's step number one for me. And I think that I do feel that pull to be the one that's like, hey guys, I still kind of claim Southern Baptist, but yet here I am, so raising the knowledge and the acceptance of it, if you will. I mean, listen, I'm a church organist. You're going to find me at church, when all this COVID is gone, but it is what it is. I feel that you have messages to let people know. I feel like my calling is that I am not like you. I'm not going to be one of those spiritual, I can't even put into words. I'm not going to be like you, but I am going to be following behind, spreading the message. That's one thing. Yes. I feel, right?
You're going to reach people that I can never reach.
I'm going to take it.
Because you have that church / spirit connection, you get to reach all those people over here who are close to it right now, and open their eyes. As you open their eyes, even just a little, even if they just squint one eye open, you're you're allowing spirit in a different and grander and broader way for them, and you're helping elevate the consciousness. And you get to reach people that I'll never reach, because I can't go and be like, yo, let me tell you about this witchy stuff. They'll be like, get away from me, you know. But you can speak their language and open them up to stuff in a way that I can't. Just like I can go to the more woo-woo kind of like, hey, everyone's aliens kind of folks and talk to them, you know, hey, let's talk about this thing, and get them on a different path, the way you'd be like, get out of here, alien weirdo, you know. So we reach different audiences, and it's all for the elevating of the consciousness. So we're doing the same work with different titles.
Yes, preach it, my sister. This is so good. I was like, amen. We unchurched today. Well, this is it for me. I'm going to wrap it. You're the bomb. Thank you. I've said it several times throughout this, but I'll have all of the stuff below in the description box. Dani, thank you for sharing your wisdom. I hope to have you back on as many times as you want, because my platform is your platform. So hopefully you can reach some people through YouTube as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Whoop, whoop. All right, girl. I'll see you later.
All right, bye.
Thank you so much, Dani, for sharing your wisdom with us and continuing to be a light, especially in these dark times. We're so grateful for you and the message that you shared. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.